This is exactly the spark the Lakers needed as they bounce back in a major way after an embarrassing defeat to start off this 5-game road trip. And one player in particular really stepping up for the Lakers, not only on this road trip, but also throughout this season. And welcome to Lakers Digest. My name is Hunter Pitcoff, where we cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. And yes, they're in the middle of a road trip here, but that doesn't mean that we are going to hit the road and not be on the channel. I don't think we actually ended up posting anything for the Atlanta Hawks game. Probably for the best, because that game was an absolute you-know-what show. I'm not going to say the explicit. You can fill in the blanks. But this was an awesome bounce-back win for the Lakers as they found themselves in a shootout against the Charlotte Hornets in a 121-111 victory here. And so we're going to go over the game, of course, here, but we're going to get into some of the implications this game has, too, and if it can carry over to future games during this road trip and throughout, of course, this season. So definitely want to stay tuned for that information. But yes, of course, guys, you're probably just watching this bounce-back game for the Los Angeles Lakers here. It was really the starters that had to carry the load for the Lakers. Oh, yeah, too, of course, I forgot to say it. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. 63% of you guys aren't subscribed. Come on, that's most of you watching. We appreciate all the newer people coming in watching, but come on. Hit that subscribe button. But let's get into the video here, guys. So, Luka Doncic continues to be dominant for the Los Angeles Lakers. He was the one that really kind of got it going, while the other Laker players took him a little bit to really find their rhythm. Shot 50% from the field, 38 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, this is just clockwork for Luka at this point. The dude has just been consistently dropping about 35 points a game. I believe he's still leading the NBA in scoring. He has been on an absolute heater. A revenge tour, if you want to call it, for Luka. He has been fantastic. Austin Reaves as well. It was his first game back after missing the last 3, dealing with that injury. 24 points, got to the line 11 times, so love him being aggressive. We saw him put his hands up like this when he finally hit a 3 in the fourth quarter. Really was the only thing that he really didn't do well out there, because other than that, even though he didn't shoot the ball particularly great, 24-7 and 5. Somebody who has scored 20 points in every single game and only 1 turnover as well. Austin does have a tendency sometimes to be a bit turnover prone. Was not in this game. He took care of the basketball, and that was a big reason why the Los Angeles Lakers won. And also looking at how the team did overall here, shot 50% from the field, 36% from 3, 85% from the line. That will definitely get it done if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, and also only turning it over 11 times. You know the Lakers are a team that has a tendency of turning the ball over quite a bit. Marcus Smart also hitting some big shots, finished this game with 13 points and 7 steals, which is just insane that he was able to really just cause that much havoc against a young Hornets team that didn't have LaMelo Ball, didn't have Brandon Miller. We're missing some of their top key players in this game. DeAndre Ayton, solid game for him. Only 6 rebounds is a bit low, but did shoot 70% from the field and scored 14 points. So, obviously, this is a good win for the Lakers. They were able to bounce back after, honestly, a flat-out embarrassing loss. Easily their most embarrassing loss of the season. They lost to the Portland Trail Blazers, who were playing a lot better than people thought, but that was a game without Luka Doncic in it, and Austin Reaves had 50 points in that one. And then they, of course, ironically, I guess they beat the Blazers without Luka and Austin at one point as well. And then they lost to the Golden State Warriors, which that was a game that just came up straight up flat outside of Luka and Austin. And so we've seen the Lakers play much better since then. They had won 5 games in a row. DeAndre Ayton even admitting they overlooked the Atlanta Hawks, but they found a way to get a win here. Much needed win, because you definitely don't want to lose 2 in a row, especially against a shorthanded Charlotte Hornets team who put up their best, puncher's chance. And guys like Colin Knippel, who I think is going to be a really good basketball player, and Miles Bridges really carried the load offensively for the Hornets. But it's going to bring us to our next point, guys. So you're probably like, Hunter, you shouted out 4 of the stars. You didn't shout out the 5th one. It's Rui Hachimura. Rui has been absolutely fantastic for the Los Angeles Lakers this season as we look at what he did for them tonight, as he finished this game with 21 points, shot 9 of 12 from the field, was absolutely on fire, 13 points in the third quarter, which is where the Lakers won the game. They were losing at halftime, or I believe it was like a 2-point game at halftime, and they really extended this game in the third quarter, which is ironic because the Lakers historically have really struggled in the third quarter under J.J. Redick, under Darvin Ham, with LeBron, Anthony Davis, Luka Austin, whoever it is. The Lakers have struggled in the third quarter, but this is where they really shined here as Rui continues to just shoot the crap out of the basketball. The dude has been on an absolute heater and has been so efficient. And I know we've talked about it on this channel. We've talked, so much love to Luka, so much to Austin, DeAndre Ayton finding his role, Jake LaRavia, who had a quiet game tonight but has really thrive this season coming off the bench or as a starter. But we need to give Rui his flowers because he has been absolutely fantastic for him, for the Los Angeles Lakers, averaging almost 16 points per game, and that number is going to go up, of course. This is not updated as of post-Charlotte. 15.5 to 16 points per game. The rebounding numbers, that you really kind of wish you saw get a little bit higher. He should be someone who's averaging about 6-7 boards a game, but he is not. But the shooting proficiency has really just kind of been absolutely phenomenal for him. 57% from the field and 48% from three. And he's also been absolutely cash money on those mid-range jumpers, which we know he can really score. And I think the big reason why he's thriving so much, and this is definitely going to bring some point of contention, is because LeBron's not in the lineup. And so him and LeBron kind of play a pretty similar position, and without all that productivity from LeBron, Luka and Austin, those guys are going to step up, but someone else needs to step up. Rui's been consistently that third best player for the Los Angeles Lakers, at least that third best scorer for the Lakers, and you definitely are seeing it show up here. Luka really kind of giving Rui his props for what he's not only this game, but this season, saying that he's helping us win games a lot, but like I said, maybe the Atlanta game, he was very underrated. No one talks about him, but he deserves a lot of credit in our wins. He's been amazing for us, and the way he plays in every game, it just helps, especially to win games. So, well said by Luka Doncic. Take it from him himself. Rui has been a fantastic fit with the Lakers, fantastic fit with Luka and Austin, and I think he'll still be a very effective player when LeBron's back, but I don't know if he's going to put up the same type of numbers. That's definitely a wait and see. But that's a good problem the Lakers have and for J.J. Redick to figure out here. So he will have a chance to, over these next 10 games, where he potentially can see LeBron James return back in the starting lineup here. So Luka saying about LeBron's return that we can't wait. All of us can't wait. It's Bron. It's always good to have him back, hopefully soon. We're hearing that he might actually, and maybe I'll eat crow a little bit here, actually might be practicing with the G League team in the South Bay Lakers. I didn't think that was actually going to happen. I was, throwing it out there as an idea. I didn't really know if LeBron, that he's kind of above that, but he's not, I guess. Maybe he will actually practice. Maybe he'll practice with Bron, although he's on this road trip right now with the Lakers, so he's away from his son at the moment. But, I just want to see LeBron James back. I really want to see how this full roster finally can play together. And, of course, Adu Thero, he could be back this road trip as well. We did a video on that. Check out Kachi Apakama, our co-host video. And looking at what the Lakers got coming up here over the next 10. Big game on Wednesday. They're taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder in OKC. It's going to be their first look at the reigning champs. Then they got an NBA Cup game, number 2. This one in New Orleans. The Hornets, oh my God. What is this, 2010? The Pelicans have not been off to a great start, but look, Zion Williamson has beaten the Lakers pretty good. Has had really big games against LA, so they're going to have to keep him in check. Giannis is playing as good a basketball as anybody. And that includes Luka Doncic. Then they got the Jazz back-to-back. And really these last couple of games here before we hit December could be where we see LeBron perhaps against the Clippers. That's also a cup game. The Dallas Mavericks as well. Luka's first time looking at him in Dallas this year. That game will be in Los Angeles, though. And they got the Pels again. And then they got the Phoenix Suns to start off December. So, if you want to keep up with everything surrounding your Lakers, of course, it is so much better when we make these videos because of a win. Again, I'm sorry it's coming out a couple hours after the game. I was not near my computer and could not make it. But, look, a lot of you guys are on the West Coast anyway. You're probably working. Maybe you're stuck in LA traffic. But now you come home and you can watch this video or whenever at your leisure. So you want to keep up with everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. Again, 63.5+ of you guys are not subscribed. That is the vast majority. Hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. It doesn't cost you a dime. And you can keep up with everything surrounding your Lakers here on Lakers Digest.